Hello friends, we see again. Now looking at the last topic for classification, that is animal classification for NTSC. In animal classification again we have one question or max two questions which comes. You should be able to know the examples of each group, that is phylum or class, and in the least two important characteristic features, their excretory organs, their specific organ system which is present in either of the forms, any specific property that is present for that particular group. Besides that, we don't have to read much for NTSC for animal classification. So I am going to brief you all the criteria for the small phylums which we are going to study, which will help you to write your NTSC exam. In animal classification, we say they are classified, again we have certain criteria as you read in 9th standard, that they are classified on the basis of a structure called notochord. Notochord is an embryonic structure which is present only during embryonic life, which later on develops, it's a mesodermal embryonic origin, into vertebral column, that is backbone, the spine which we call, not the spinal cord but the backbone, the bone which protects the spinal cord. The ones which do not have this notochord during the embryo will never have this backbone. So they are without vertebral column. We call them non-chordates. We also give them a word कि since they do not have notochord, they will not have vertebral column also. So they are non-chordates as well as known as invertebrates. No chance of having vertebral column. On the other hand, the ones which have notochord, is not certain that notochord will always develop into a vertebral column, may not. So we say the ones which have notochord are called chordates, and it may develop into vertebral column, it may not develop into vertebral column. So chordates can be further classified on the basis of presence or absence of vertebral column. The ones which have are called vertebrates. The ones which do not have vertebral column, ideally तो उनको भी invertebrates बोलना चाहिए था, but उनके पास notochord होता है, तो हम उनको बोलते हैं कि वो chordates तो हैं, but vertebrates नहीं है, वो primitive type के chordates हैं, they are protochordates. हैं दोनों ही invertebrate, protochordates भी और non-chordates भी. तो how do we differentiate कि दोनों ही invertebrate हैं, आप एक को chordate बोल रहे हो एक को नहीं. Chordate body has a specific criteria that every chordate must possess these four features in the least. One feature is the notochord. हम बोलते हैं body इस तरीके से होगी कि मान लो this is the mouth, this is the body, this is the structure. So they should have dorsally present a hollow nervous system. Their digestive tract and their nervous system shall be separated by a notochord. They should have a post-anal tail, plus they should have pharyngeal gill slits. When all these four features are present, then only we will call it a chordate. What are those? 1, 2, 3, 4. First is the dorsal hollow nervous system. Hollow because it is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, like our brain and spinal cord. Then it should have a notochord separating the nervous system and the digestive system. It should have post-anal tail, whether reduced or completely formed, and pharyngeal gill slits, at least at one point of time in the body, be it embryonic or the adult stage, कभी तो ये उसकी बॉडी में बनने चाहिए. जब ये सब बॉडी में होते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं कि these are the characteristic of chordates. These organism will be known as chordates, not non-chordates. ठीक है, major difference between protochordates and non-chordates. Then we say that protochordates are further classified into who have notochord in the head region and extending till tail. For tail we use the word euro, for head we use the word cephalo. Urochordates are also known as tunicates. Example, Herdmania. ठीक. Then cephalochordates which have head and notochordate present only during the embryonic life. Urochordate we say that they have notochord present during embryonic as well as the adult life. Larva में भी होगा, adult में भी होगा. Vertebrates are further classified on the basis of presence or absence of jaw, my dear. And the jaw we use the word gnath. So they can be agnathostomes. Mouth is a stome. मुंह में jaw है कि नहीं है. Or gnathostomes. Agnathostomes are also known as jawless vertebrates. That's the common name which we give to them. And the group of organisms which come under it are known as cyclostomes, the one with circular suctorial type of mouth. First vertebrates were the jawless vertebrates called the cyclostomes with the suctorial type of mouth. The mouth doesn't have a jaw, but they have suckers present by which they usually ingest food, and they have body like an eel. We call them cyclostomes. The ones which have jaw in their mouth, we call them, they are the jawed vertebrates, and these jawed vertebrates are further classified on the basis of the appendages they have, whether they have limbs or they have fins. They are classified into Pisces or Tetrapoda. Pisces are the fishes, ichthyes, study of fishes, ichthyology, whether they have a skeleton, endoskeleton of bones or of cartilage. So they are known as bony or cartilaginous fishes. On the basis of the name of the cell, bone cell, osteocytes, we call these bony fishes osteichthyes. On the basis of cartilage cells, chondrocytes, we call them chondrichthyes fishes. Major difference between chondrichthyes, osteichthyes is their endoskeleton. Then we have a gill cover present in bony fishes, absent in cartilaginous fishes. Then we say anus present in bony fishes, absent in cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes have cloaca. Then we say giving birth to young ones. Usually जो bony fishes होती हैं, these are egg laying. Cartilaginous fishes, they give birth to young ones. Cartilaginous fishes are always swimming. They are fast swimmers. They are predators. They usually are armored like sharks, sawfish, and electric ray, torpedo. They are all cartilaginous fishes. They are usually seen in marine water. Bony fishes are seen both in marine and fresh water. They are usually edible. They have an air bladder. They give birth to young one by giving or laying eggs. Their excretory product also we say is different than cartilaginous fishes. So basic difference between bony and cartilaginous, not that it's going to be asked in much detail. Then tetrapoda, the ones which have 4 limbs, 2 hind limbs and 2 forelimbs, are further classified into 4. Amphibians, reptiles, aves and mammals. Amphibians characteristic feature, we talk about the metamorphosis, changing of larval form to adult form in the presence of the thyroxine hormone. Then reptiles, we say their body is scaly and they give eggs, and they are also having certain structures which are similar to that of mammals. For example, if I talk of crocodile, that's the only reptile with a 4-chambered heart. A question with respect to reptiles. Baki, they have a 3.5-chambered heart. They are cold-blooded animals. They are usually without any limbs. They are snakes. The ones with limbs are called lizards. So snakes and lizards and turtles, they come under reptiles. Then we have aves, which are birds. We say birds have hollow bones, pneumatic bones, characteristic feature. They usually have organs which are paired, present in one number. They do not have a urinary bladder. Their body is covered with feathers so that they are insulated. They have oil glands at the tail feather, and they have a syrinx which is responsible for production of sound or music. Lastly, the most important are mammals. We say mammals are the ones which have mammary glands, which feed the young one. The mothers feed the young one with the milk, and such glands are called the mammary glands. Bearing ones are mammals, which are characteristically defined by hair present on their body, external ear present in their body, extra abdominal testes present in the body, characteristic feature of certain mammals. You will find them in all mammals. You will have hair, you will have mammary glands, you will have external ear with pinna and external auditory canal, and you are going to have extra abdominal testes. Extra abdominal testes for maintaining a temperature 2 degrees less than the body for sperm production. Also with the topic of reproduction in 10th standard. You should know certain examples of flightless birds, like we have ostrich, it's a flightless bird. We have hyena, a flightless bird. Then you should know penguin is also a bird, it's a modified. Duck is also a modified. So there are certain flightless birds, there are certain flight birds. Then you should also know the examples of certain bony fishes which are freshwater or marine water. Freshwater fishes which we say freshwater carps hai. Okay? Then marine water fishes that we have hilsa, we have pomfret, we have sardine. These are all our marine water fishes which spawn करने के लिए मे बी फ्रेश वाटर में जाती हैं. तो जो फ्रेश वाटर में जाती हैं उनको हम बोलते हैं कि वो हमारी एनाड्रोमस फिशेज हैं. जो फ्रेश वाटर से मरीन वाटर में आती हैं उनको हम बोलते हैं कि हमारी कैटाड्रोमस फिशेज हैं. ठीक है. यू मस्ट नो one example each. We are going to quickly write it. Before that we finish this, we have non-chordates left. These are those phylums which do not have any vertebral column. They are further divided into many phylums. They are 10 in number. We have Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophora, Platyhelminths, Aschelminths, Annelida, Aschelminths are also known as the roundworms. Mollusca, the second largest phylum. Arthropoda. Echinodermata. And Hemichordata. They are all classified again on basis of certain criteria for classification, which are namely the body plan, whether it is cell aggregate, blind sac or tube within tube. What is the organization of the body? Do they have cell level, tissue level or organ level of organization? What is the status of the number of dermal layers they have, the germ layers, whether they are diploblastic or triploblastic with ectoderm, endoderm, or the 3 germ layers, that is ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Whether there is a coelom present in the body or not, the body cavity which is lined on either side by mesoderm, we call it a coelom, right? When do we have such a cavity which can be lined or in as well as the outside? When we have a space, and that space is present in tube within tube body plan. तो जिनके पास भी ट्यूब विद इन ट्यूब बॉडी प्लान है उनकी बॉडी में सीलोम हो सकता है, जिनके पास नहीं है उनमें नहीं होगा. क्लासिक क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कि कौन सा ऐसा है जिसके पास 3 डर्म लेयर्स तो है, कि आपके पास मीजोडर्म है बट आपके पास सीलोम नहीं है. प्लैटीहेल्मिन्थ्स, दे आर ब्लाइंड सैक and they are acoelomate. They are also known as the flatworms. Ctenophora को हम बोलते हैं comb jellies है. They are very much similar to Cnidaria. They all used to belong to the same group called Coelenterata. Further divided because Ctenophora की body के अंदर कुछ median comb plates होती हैं. Plates जो body को equally divide करती हैं, जिन पे हेयर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होते हैं जो उन्हें कोम्ब जैसा स्ट्रक्चर देते हैं. ब्रेंकियोस्टोमा, इनकी बॉडी में भी एक माउथ होता है. माउथ के पास टेंटिकल्स होते हैं, 2 ही नंबर में होते हैं. निडेरिया हम बोलते हैं कि दीज आर जेली फिशेस. दे आर ऑल्सो ब्लाइंड सैक विद 1 कॉमन ओपनिंग फॉर एंट्री एंड एग्जिट. They have classical sting cells जिनको हम बोलते हैं कि nidoblast cells हैं, जिनके पास निमैटोसिस होता है. प्लस हम बोलते हैं कि इनकी बॉडी में भी जो ये निडोब्लास्ट है ये टेंटिकल्स पे प्रेजेंट होते हैं इनको सेंसरी फीचर देने के लिए. इनकी बॉडी की 2 मॉर्फोलॉजी हो सकती है, पॉलिप और मडूसा. पॉलिप इज द सिलेंड्रिकल फॉर्म, मडूसा इज द अम्ब्रेला फॉर्म. जैसे आपका हाइड्रा है वो सिलेंड्रिकल फॉर्म है, आपका ओरिलिया है या ओबिलिया है वो मडूसा फॉर्म है, कि वो अम्ब्रेला शेप में आते हैं. ठीक है. देन पॉरीफेरा हम बोलते हैं कि दीज आर द मोस्ट प्रिमिटिव टाइप ऑफ एनिमल्स, द पोर बियरिंग एनिमल्स. वी ऑल्सो कॉल देम स्पॉन्जेस, कैरेक्टरिस्टिकली नोन फॉर देयर वाटर करंट सिस्टम, कि इनकी बॉडी एक सेल का बस गुच्छा है. सेल इस तरीके से ऑर्गेनाइज्ड है कि बीच में बहुत सारी खाली खाली जगह हैं जो चैनल बनाते हैं फॉर मूवमेंट ऑफ वाटर. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ दिस इज द क्लस्टर ऑफ सेल्स, देन they are arranged in such a way that we have certain pathways for movement of water from outside to inside, and such channels are known as water current channels. These openings are called ostia. The osculum is the major exit point. We say they are also classically known for their exoskeleton, which is form of spicules, can be calcareous, siliceous or made up of spongian fibers. Plus their mode of asexual reproduction is an internal budding called gemule formation for porifera. Then moving from फ्लैट वर्म्स टू बिलो, जिनके पास ब्लाइंड सैक से बेटर बॉडी प्लान है, बॉडी सीलोमेट है, उनको हम बोलते हैं कि दे आर राउंड वर्म्स. फ्लैट वर्म्स की 2 खास बात, दे वर द फर्स्ट वन टू हैव अ लैडर लाइक नर्वस सिस्टम एंड फ्लेम सेल्स फॉर एक्सक्रीशन. तो आना चाहिए कि नर्वस सिस्टम लैडर लाइक है. आई एम राइटिंग नर्वस सिस्टम एज NS. And they have flame cells for excretion. They are usually endoparasitic. They are further classified into many classes, Turbularia, Trematoda, Cestoda, जिनमें हमारे tapeworms और flukes आते हैं, blood fluke, liver fluke, dog tapeworm, pig tapeworm, cow tapeworm, right? Tapeworm के लिए we use the word Taenia solium, हमारा pig tapeworm, Tinea saginata, our cow tapeworm. They are all endoparasites. They cause diseases in the body when they come, especially intestinal. When we talk of roundworms, हम बोलते हैं कि इनकी body flatworm से different कैसे होती है? Flatworms body is dorsiventrally flattened. If this is the dorsal surface, this is the ventral surface, it's flat. But in roundworms, the body is not flattened, it is cylindrical. So here we have a dorsiventrally flattened body, here we have a cylindrical body. Plus, roundworms show sexual dimorphism. We can differentiate between male and female. Males usually have a curled body, females have a longer body. They are also endoparasitic, cause diseases. Classic example, we have ascaris, ascariasis cause करता है. We have pinworm, hookworm. We have filarial worm which causes elephantiasis, also known as Wuchereria bancrofti. After Aschelminths, we do not have any specific type of cell which we see in Aschelminths. We say they are very similar to the roundworm, just that they are more differentiated, they have a more better digestive system. Their circulation is open type, they do not have a closed heart or blood vessels in system. Their excretion is also done by a primitive type of nephridia, protonephridia. Their nervous system is having a single nerve cord. So, not very specific cell or feature common to them. Plus, we say that post Aschelminths, our body got, they were the first one to have coelom, the pseudocoelom, the only criteria which is specific to them. After that, we say कि annelida आते हैं जिनमें हमने पहली बार मेटामेरिक सेगमेंटेशन देखी थी, ट्रू सेगमेंटेशन. बॉडी बाहर से भी डिवाइडेड है, अंदर से भी डिवाइडेड है. हर सेगमेंट के पास अपना हर सामान है, एक एक्सक्रीटरी स्ट्रक्चर है, एक नर्व है, एक ब्लड वेसल है. एंड एवरी सेगमेंट इज नोन एज अ मेटामियर. क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल अर्थवॉर्म. इनमें हम बोलते हैं कि वी फर्स्ट ऑब्जर्व द क्लोज सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम. द एक्सक्रीटरी ऑर्गन इज नेफ्रीडिया, very important, and they show cross fertilization. They usually bisexual, but they cross fertilize and they exchange gametes. The only unisexual we have is Nares. Then leech is also an annelid which has an open type of circulatory system, जिसकी body से हमें hirudin मिलता है. Hirudin is an anticoagulant. तो ये भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है कि लीच को हम हिरुडिनेरिया बोलते हैं, उससे हिरुडिन मिलता है which is an anticoagulant, ब्लड को क्लॉट करने से रोकता है. Then you have mollusks which is the second largest phylum. We say they are the soft bodied shelled animals. The shell is secreted by the mantle. We say the soft bodied animals are divided into three parts of the body. We have a mantle, we have a viscera, and we have a muscular foot. हम बोलते हैं इनके मुंह के अंदर एक रैस्पिंग टंग लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है जिसको हम बोलते हैं रैड्यूला. मैंटल इनका शेल सिक्रीट करता है. मस्कुलर फुट मूवमेंट में, विसरल मास में इनके पास सारे इनके ऑर्गन्स होते हैं फॉर एक्सक्रीशन, सर्कुलेशन, रेस्पिरेशन. रेस्पिरेशन इज मोस्टली बाय गिल्स बिकॉज ऑफ देयर एक्वेटिक फॉर्म. And we say that their mantle cavity is also responsible for respiration and excretion. There are certain unshelled or without shelled, जिनको हम बोलते हैं कि octopus. They are not any without shell. There are certain with internal shells like sepia. We say squids. Then I have the largest phylum which is called Arthropoda or jointed legs, which have many type of organisms present inside them. They have a classic feature that their body has legs. Then we have certain insects which have only 6 legs. They are also known as hexapoda. Their body exoskeleton is made up of chitin. Important question कि chitin fungus की cell wall में होता है, chitin exoskeleton of arthropods में होता है. Besides having jointed legs, they also have modified mouth parts. They have compound eyes. They have classic organ of excretion called Malpighian tubules. तो इंसेक्टा आपको पता होना चाहिए 6 legged animals होते हैं, 6 jointed legs होती है. उनकी बॉडी में एक हेड होता है, एक थोरैक्स होता है, एक abdomen होता है. थोरैक्स में 3 पार्ट होते हैं, हर पार्ट के पास अपनी एक लेग होती है. एंड देन उनका abdomen होता है जिनमें उसके सारे ऑर्गन्स होते हैं. हेड में आईज होते हैं, माउथ पार्ट्स होते हैं, एंटीना होता है. So these are our insects with the classic structure of head, thorax, abdomen. eyes, legs, and excretory structure called Malpighian tubules. You must know what is the larva of a cockroach known as nymph, what is the larva of a butterfly known as caterpillar. So they also show a type of development where the larva changes into the adult and shows metamorphosis. Coming to echinoderms, we say echinoderms are the spiny skinned animals. We also call them, they are the starfishes, पेंटामेरस होते हैं. उनकी बॉडी के अंदर क्या होता है कि कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम होता है. ठीक है. In this water canal system, we say that we have certain radial canals in which the water flows, and with the help of it, it is able to respire, excrete, move. And this water system is also known as the ambulacral system. Usually in the multiples of 5 it is present. और हर radial canal एक central disc होती है, और हर radial canal के पास अपनी एक एंडिंग ट्यूब फीट होता है. जो ट्यूब फीट उसको हेल्प करते हैं. ये बॉडी के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है ऐसे, एक आर्म में एक रेडियल कैनाल. ठीक है. ट्यूब फीट आर दी ऑर्गन्स ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन, एक्सक्रीशन, मूवमेंट, एवरीथिंग. एम्बुलैक्रल सिस्टम और वाटर कैनाल सिस्टम आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. They have a high power of regeneration. They can reproduce by regeneration. If one arm is cut, it can regenerate into all the other types of arms and form the entire body. Hemichordate, we say they are classically known for their stomochord, that in the region of the mouth or the roof of the buccal cavity there is a notochord like structure derived from mesoderm, which is not a true notochord, hence they are known as hemichordate. Their body is more eel-like. They more have a very elongated body with muscular myotomes, more towards the first type of protochordates. They have a proboscis, ठीक है, the collar area. They have a trunk. So we have proboscis, collar and trunk, which forms the body of these. Classic example we have Belanoglossus. Tongue के region में क्योंकि stomochord होता है तो glossus word comes from there, tongue के लिए. So Belanoglossus is a hemichordate, and these hemichordate do not have a true notochord, they have a stomochord. Stomochord के लिए दूसरा word भी use करते हैं, आना चाहिए buccal diverticulum, जो buccal cavity में present हो. जो proboscis से collar, collar से trunk की body में divided होते हैं, उनको हम hemichordates बोलते हैं. Right? So, giving you a brief info of one typical type of structure present in each phylum, must know. ठीक है? One example you must know for each phylum. It is an important thing. You should be able to differentiate कौन किसको belong करता है, कौन नहीं करता. For example, हम बोलते हैं कि Cnidaria के अंदर I have C pen, C fan, I have Hydra, but अगर क्वेश्चन आ जाए फाइंड दी ऑड वन आउट कि इफ आई हैव अ सी पेन, आई हैव अ सी फैन, आई हैव अ सी कुकुम्बर, सो विच इज दी ऑड वन आउट? सी कुकुम्बर इज नॉट अ निडेरिया, सी कुकुम्बर इज अ इकाइनोडर्माटा. लाइकवाइज यू शुड बी एबल टू क्लासिफाई कि लीच है, अर्थवर्म है, कॉकरोच है, विच इज दी ऑड वन आउट? कॉकरोच इज एन आर्थ्रोपोड, बाकी दे आर ऑल annelids. Likewise mollusca, likewise platyhelminths and ascahelminths. You should be able to distinguish with their characteristic feature and example. Clear? So here is where we finish animal classification briefly. If you have any doubts, you are most welcome to ask. Thank you, studio.